how are y'all? I hope you're having a great day. Once again, as always, I have light very kind of rapidly dissipating. So I have a light on and we have a shadow back here. Sorry, it's apparently how I do things. So as you can tell from the title, this video is going to be another paranormal vlog and one of a pretty scary nature. It's scary for me anyway, and probably anyone else who has experienced this kind of thing. So today I'm going to be talking about sleep paralysis. Phenomenon is something that is normally grouped in the paranormal. It is very terrifying in nature, and yeah, those of you who have also experienced it can tell you it's a very terrifying experience. Well, the definition that's on here is equally as terrifying, but I'm going to be reading from my computer here for a second. By definition, sleep paralysis is a phenomenon in which an individual, either falling asleep or awakening, temporarily experiences an inability to move, speak, or react. It is a transitional state between wakefulness and sleep, characterized by an inability to move muscles. Yeah. It goes on to say it is often accompanied by terrifying hallucinations to which one is unable to react due to paralysis and physical experiences, such as a strong current running through the upper body. Another common type involves intruders, human or supernatural, entering one's room or lurking outside one's window, accompanied by a feeling of dread. Now, I'm sure this could be like defined by more medical reasons like anxiety or loss of sleep or whatever it may be. But because of the, as it puts it, hallucinations about, often there are other people or something nearby in the room, whatever, it is often kind of lumped with paranormal, as paranormal is really an umbrella term for many different things. Now, I've had a couple experiences with this, and one being as recent as just the other night. My first experience with sleep paralysis was scary in that it was sleep paralysis. I didn't know what was going on, and I was waking up. I don't remember, excuse me, that always happens while I'm trying to vlog. I don't recall any bad dream happening during this. I woke up, I was waking up, and I couldn't move. I was asleep enough, it was still like a haze. I was awake enough to know, for my body to be telling me that I need to wake up. And I did. Once I became fully awake and I could move, I was freaking out, understandably so. I mean, if you've experienced this, you know it is terrifying, especially the first time when you don't know what's going on. After a little bit of research, actually the research was kind of after the second experience I had, but after a little bit of research, I found out there's a term for it. It's called sleep paralysis. A lot of people experience it, and it is terrifying. My second experience wasn't very long after it. I think it was only like a week or a couple weeks after the first experience, and it was more terrifying. This second experience, I talk about some in a dark spirits tag that should be before this video. I just got finished filming it. I mean, once you watch it, you can see I'm wearing the same thing. I look the same. I just got finished filming it. I'll tell the story a little bit again because you may not watch that video. You should, but you might not have. So anyway, in that particular experience, again, there was no dream that I can recall, but I wake up, I'm unable to move, and there are these two little twin girls, yes, you heard me right, two little girls, standing at the end of my bed watching me. If you want to see the more detailed version, go to that tag. I'm not going to go that deep into the details again because I did just tell it, but I will briefly explain. My room, it was the house I used to live at. My room was slightly illuminated. I always keep a TV on because I don't like the dark. Haha, funny, I know. I'm someone who's into paranormal and I don't like the dark. It happens. I have a TV on, so my room was slightly illuminated, but it was still dark. They were at the end of my bed, which was kind of in a corner, and they had dark hair. It was kind of pulled back at the top, and these white, kind of old-timey dresses on. They had like the collar and the lace, and I mean, they were they were more of a cream color than white. And I was awake enough, I mean, there was still that like sleep haze, but I was awake enough that my brain was telling me, you need to wake up. And like my brain was fighting myself awake at this point. And I mean, once I was actually awake and up, they were gone, luckily, or I would have had a complete freak out. I mean, I was scared anyway. I mean, I did freak out for a while. It took a while for me to go back to sleep. It still freaks me out when I think about this. Again, just like in the last video when I was talking about it, I'm getting chills talking about it because it really scared me. I mean, I've never experienced something like that before, and to wake up, whatever your definition of this is, to wake up and have these two little girls who, I mean, you just feel are there for malicious reasons. Now, the last experience, which is the most recent one, happening just a couple days ago, it is different than the others in that I do remember there being a dream along with this one. It was not a good dream. I was not having a great dream. In the dream, I don't remember most of the details of the dream. I just remember like me and my sister was there and a couple more people I don't think I knew. I believe my nephew was also involved, which I really don't like that happened because he's a toddler. We were all trying to get away from somebody. I don't really remember who this person was, but we were trying to get away from somebody. We were in a vehicle. We were driving down the road near where the house I grew up was at, because we were leaving that house in this dream. And for some reason, it was almost like, you know, those really bad earthquakes you see in like movies and stuff where it like disrupts the road, or I mean, I guess it actually happens too. But part of the road, like as we were going over it, like it had like shifted, so some of the road was up and then like it cracked the road and the rest of it was down. And then like we went over that, and then like a little ways down it happened again, but there was water underneath this. You could probably see where this is going. Well, it was a bit more of a difference. So when the car went down, we weren't able to gain like a stability because there was like water and I guess mud, and the car like went under. Oh, I'm sorry. I hit my doggy. The car went under the water. Well, car going underwater, obviously, you know, in a real situation, I mean, this was a dream, but in a real situation, you can't breathe, and suddenly you're sucking in water. Well, at one point, I started to wake up, but like in my dream, like right before I was waking up, I knew that I had to get out of the car. I had to like push out the window, or try to push out the window so I could get out. Well, I start to wake up then, and it's like the sleep paralysis mode. You're half asleep, you're half awake. There's one half of your brain saying, hey, it's a dream, wake yourself up. The other half of your brain is still asleep. Well, I don't know if that's actually a medical thing, but the other side is just like, you know, you're drowning. And I couldn't breathe when I woke up during this time. I was trying to breathe, I was fighting to breathe, and remember vividly that my brain was telling me it's a dream, you have to wake yourself up. But I couldn't quite move. Like, it's kind of like the definition I read where it was like it felt like an electric current keeping me from being able to move, where in my dream This being the pressure of the water, because when we hit that water, I mean, suddenly it was coming in the vehicle. I mean, it filled up extremely fast. Kind of awake, but kind of not. Part of my mind was like, all right, you got to get out and try to save your nephew and everybody else in the vehicle if they're not out yet. Which, as you can tell, obviously was not fun. The reason why I don't like that my nephew was part of this, because I don't like to think about that kind of thing pertaining to him. And I was able, luckily, to quickly wake myself up, and like as soon as I was able to move, like limbs went out. Like I shot my arms and legs out, because the still asleep part of me obviously had me, you know, frozen. I couldn't move. But as soon as like that part woke up, like I just shot out, because I was trying to move. I was really, like, I was trying to get up. And yeah, it's a really, really terrifying thing when you can't move and you know you should be able to, but you can't. So, if it has any basis in the paranormal, I don't know. I'm not anyone in a medical field who can tell you that. I'm not a hardcore paranormal researcher either, so I really couldn't tell you. But a lot of times it is kind of lumped together with paranormal because of the things you often experience. And what other kind of videos you want to see. If you have any interesting tags that have to do with paranormal, or even if they don't, let me know. Any videos you want me to do, any different things that are paranormal that you'd like for me to talk about. My favorite are aliens and cryptids, so if you have anything about that, any special breed or species of whatever one, just let me know. I'll be happy to tell you if I have an experience, and if not, I'll do a little research and just give you my thoughts on it, even if it's something I've never even heard of. So yeah. I just made a cake too, so I gotta go ice it so I can eat a piece, because I've been craving something sweet all day. And so have a great day, and please take a minute to subscribe. I would really, really love that. Like, comment, all that jazz. I love you guys. Bye. Hey, wake up.